What does it truly mean to be free? I'm Christy Birchfield. Today we are looking at 1 Peter. We're in chapter 2, and we're looking specifically at verses 11 through 17. Peter is dealing with some pretty heavy issues that the church has been dealing with, and he makes a statement, and it's our focus verse for today. 1 Peter 2:16. One version says, "Live as free people, but do not use your freedom as a cover-up for evil. Live as God's slaves." Now, when we start thinking about freedom or talking about freedom, a lot of times we reference that as a political ideal or policy or the way in which a government is set up, and freedom is determined by the government in specific countries. We think more about what our rights would be as citizens or people in that country and how we're able to exercise those rights. Let's be real, a lot of us get offended if we feel that someone is standing in the way of our given rights. But that doesn't describe what it actually means to live the Christian life as a free person. Here, Peter's bringing up the question because the early believers were actually having quite a few arguments about what they were able and not able to do with their freedom in Christ. Some people were using this freedom as a license to do anything and everything they wanted. However, Peter wants people to understand that's not how freedom in Christ works. If we have truly repented and recognized all that God is in our lives, we will understand that yes, we are free from any bounds or ties to this world. But that's only because we've bound ourselves completely to God and all that He is. We are slaves to Him. So while we are completely free to the rest of the world, we wouldn't even think about doing anything that would be contrary to God and all that He's called us to. We're free from the world because we no longer have any concern of what it means to us. We aren't invested in any of it. We don't care what people in the world think about us. All of that is meaningless to us because we have bound ourselves to Christ. We have freedom from the world because it absolutely holds nothing over us. We can live without any concern of what the world thinks about us because we are so focused only on God and on how we can please Him more every day. Freedom is only found in Jesus. But freedom doesn't look the way most people envision freedom to look. Freedom in Christ means we aren't bound to the world, but freedom in Christ does mean that we are bound to Christ. Our freedom should never be used as an excuse to do something evil. We are to find our freedom in Christ and in living for Him and Him alone. Do you have freedom in Christ? Have you found that incredibly freeing way to live through life? Love to have you subscribe. Make sure that you don't miss any of these sessions. We're going through the book of 1 Peter. There is a link in the description below if you've missed any of the previous sessions, so that way you can get caught up and see the whole playlist. Share this with somebody who needs this reminder today. And I'd love to hear what else comments you have on anything else from 1 Peter. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow.